Now, let me just tell you something right now. I saw Chrisean Rock on live earlier today, and it seems to me that she's having a breakdown. And this is just my opinion. I hope she works things out because, she has a small one. But she was like on a prayer live, and Carlissa got really upset because her attitude was like, you don't play with God. So sometimes Carlissa plays with God too, because if you call yourself a good Christian, you shouldn't be sitting up there, first and foremost, seeing the downfall of Chrisean. I don't care what she may have said or did. You're supposed to be the adult in the situation. You know these people are not stable, and this is what is going on. You are the one that had Blueface, and he's actually, to me, no better than Chrisean, if not worse. And it's really sad, that she's sitting up there, picking a side, which I get it, it's her son, and everybody else, they're demons. Jaidyn's a demon, Chriseanrock's a demon. Chrisean Rock comes from a situation, okay? We know that if she doesn't get her act together in that house while that name is on the title, Wack 100, I'm quite sure it's not Wack 100 on the title, but his government's name's on that title of that house, he's going to make it really hard for Chrisean Rock to stay there with Junior, which is sad because you would think that he would put all of that aside and just be humble and just let her stay there. As long as she's not in there breaking stuff up, having like company that's not supposed to be in there, I don't see any problem at all with, the girl having, that place for her and Junior. If that's what Blueface wants her to be, then you can't be the one calling the shots about how it should be. Obviously there's a reason for why Blueface put the house in his name. I don't know if it's a financial situation. I don't know if it's he knew he was going to go to jail. I don't know. But all I know is Chrisean Rock better tread lightly. Stop being up here on social media acting crazy. Stop flip-flopping with this religion thing. Then you're doing stuff that don't even look like you a holy sister. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay on one side. You can't keep flip-flopping like this, okay? And I really think that because she lost so many subscribers, Chrisean, I think she's doing this for clout and also to wake up the algorithm again and get her following back. So she's trying to do anything to try to stay in the good graces of the people that she lost. But you know what? So did the police put her out? No, she was still in there. And that's funny you brought that up. Thank you for reminding me. When I had recorded the live, she was crying. She had been crying. But no, the police didn't put her out. So I don't think she has a warrant because I don't care who she is. If the police came, obviously Wack 100 had to have called them to the residence. Somebody did, right? Number one, they should have put her out, or if she had a warrant, they should have arrested her. Allegedly, the father's there, Big Jonathan. So I really don't know what's up with that. I don't really know what's going on with that. But no, they didn't arrest her. They didn't put her out the house because the reason why I say arrest is because she allegedly has warrants, according to Wack 100 in, I think, 3 states. This is what Wack 100 said. So this is the only thing we can go by is what he said. I don't know how true it is. We're going to have to do our due diligence because we know that, and they start up mass confusion because they are mad at these people or entities, it says, but she said she did have a warrant. She did have a warrant, but since it's out of state, they can't do nothing in California. Well, yeah. And you can get some nice police that will not want to deal with that and say, listen, you got to go clear it up. By law, they'll have to tell her she has to go clear it up. She can't be walking around with these warrants. But then you could get a cop that's having a bad day and they could take you in. And guess what? Because she is Chrisean Rock, they can hold her. They could have held her, and then they call it have, and have you to that state, have you in the court. Of course, the taxpayers are going to have to pay to get her transported to where the warrants are at. but they could have haved her in, which they didn't, and then to ensure she went and cleared up the warrants, they would have took her to the nearest state to them. If there's 3 warrants in 3 different states, allegedly, and then after they took her to the nearest state near them, then that state would probably have her to the next state nearest them until she got them all cleared up with the courts. So that's definitely how any state would do it if you get a cop who is in a bad mood and decides that you have a warrant. I don't care if it's the warrants in the North Pole with Santa Claus, you're going in. And, you know, she just got lucky. And not only that, you got to understand, she's a young mother. They probably came in and seen and said, look, man, this is crazy. And they probably looked at Junior and said, wow, little boy's only 5 months old. And they probably was like, we can't do that, man. How are we going to tear this mother away from her son but for some warrants? They probably looked them up, and they're probably not no serious warrants that they had to do all that, where they had to put the baby in CPS custody or something, Child Protective Services, because, you know, or leave the child with the grandfather and then take her in the to the police station and book her and all that. So whoever came to the house, I like that they didn't take her in. I'm glad that they didn't take her in. I'm glad. But yeah, she needs to really tread lightly and stuff. Chrisean she needs to be humble, keep her mouth closed. You chose to listen to Blueface tell you to go move over there in his house. And I think the reason why he's doing all that, he's trying to consolidate the money that they have. I don't think that Blueface, in my opinion, has any money. And if he does, you know, it's probably not enough, you know, to live the way he's used to living. So he's trying to confine Chrisean to one spot, which is the Blueface house, which allegedly Wack 100 is in his name. He owns, I guess, temporarily, I would say, until he gets out. And then what will happen is, then maybe, I don't know, he'll get the house back. I don't know what's going to happen. You see how Carlissa's is trying to get him to get house arrest and stay at Jaidyn. She doesn't want him nowhere near that house that he was living in prior to going to jail. And that's the only reason why she wants him at Jaidyn's, because she don't like Jaidyn either, is because of the simple fact that she really can't stand Chrisean. So we know that if he got house arrest, he's not, no, let me rephrase this. If he gets house arrest, he probably can't stay in the same house as Chrisean anyways, because she's the victim that he has the DV on. So I don't know how these states run things, you know what I'm saying? But I will tell you that I just really feel like, you know, Chriseanrock needs to humble herself, take care of Junior. I think she shouldn't listen to Blueface with the no content. If somebody wants you to do an appearance at a club and you're gonna get $30,000, you walk out the door with that, and you got some clubs lined up, just going to the club, popping some bottles. You don't even have to drink. Sit there, listen to the music, get up and dance. You know, do your little 1 2 1 2, get the bag and keep it moving. That's her smartest bet. So we're gonna see how that plays out. I really hope that it plays out in her favor, and she's not walking around here, you know, slowly going broke, because we don't know if Blueface is gonna get out in July. You feel what I'm trying to say to you? So we just gotta play it by ear and hear, you know, what is being said, and do our due diligence and make sure that the information that's being received is correct, so that everybody's on the same page. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, to be honest with you, even if things come out that we didn't know about, I don't look at it like they're being sneaky or deceitful. They have the right. It's their business to keep their business to themselves, and they don't have to share that with us. We have to understand that. They have the right to keep their business to themselves. They have the right to tell us what they want us to know, and that only. So, you know, you can't look at somebody who's not running all their business, because when you put people in your business, they stay in your business. So it's understandable to me why we're just now finding out a lot of things that are just coming out now that Blueface went to jail. Like one being that it is in fact Wack 100s, at least to the meantime, in between time, it is his spot. That house is in his name right now. Has been signed over, probably been signed over to him. I think there was a one point in time Blueface probably did have the rights, and it was his house and his name was on that house. But something went wrong. It'll come out, because trust and believe, when Wack 100 gets mad, he gets even. And what does he do? He does like they all do. They get on the social media and they run the business. We can almost forget that he's a ex-gang member or an active gang member, because he gets on to social media and he talks. He be dry snitching. And, things are said that shouldn't be said. And it comes out of Wack 100's mouth and he don't take it back. So, it is what it is. I don't think he lies about everything. A lot of what he's saying is starting to really add up to me. And I don't even think at this point that he's lying about that house being his. I believe the house was signed over to him by Blueface. And for one thing I do respect that Wack 100 didn't do, he could have told us why it was his house. He didn't get into all that. He could have said Blueface is having financial issues, but he didn't. So this again will be where we come around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Hey, Angel Wings. I'm not going to stay on here long. This was, I guess, my test live with you guys, redirecting you guys over to the live. I'm going to end it early. But again, you need to make sure that you're following me on this page, my Instagram page. You're not going to find these live streams on the front post tab. It'll be in the Reels tab. So once I get off, this live will be transferred over to the second tab, which is the Reels tab. That's where you'll find all of the videos. So you might see it for a hot little second on the post section, but I'm going to transfer this live stream onto the Reels tab. So if you can't find this video, just go over to the Reels tab and you'll find this video, or all of my future videos is what I should say. So let me get up off of here, and I definitely will be bringing the tea on a regular basis. Y'all stay blessed. I love y'all, and I'm out.